let me know and I can hook you up with some instructional videos to learn the other way. So 27 times 8, remember we put the number with the most digits on top. Remember we have to keep our place value lined up. So we've got our 8 in the ones place. We multiply our 8 times 7, which is 56. Our 1 goes down here. Our 10 goes up there. Now 8 times 2 is 16, plus we add these 5 to that. So that gives us 21. And since we don't have any more places over here to worry about, we can just go ahead and bring our 21 down. So our product, which product is the answer in a multiplication problem, is 216. Now, I am just working these out as we go. I'm not consulting the teacher's edition, so should I, you come across one that you disagree with me, send me an email and we'll get that straightened out. 7365 times 9. The 9 goes in the ones place. 9 times 5 is 45. The 5 goes in the ones place. The 4 goes in the tens place. 9 times 6 is 54. Plus 4 is 58. So the 8 goes in the tens place. The 5 goes in the hundreds place. 9 times 3 is 27. Plus 5 is 32. The 2 goes in the hundreds place. The 3 goes in the thousands place. 9 times 7 is 63. Plus 3 is 66. So we'll bring our whole 66 down. Now to remember where the comma goes, you count back 3 from where the decimal point would be. If this were a decimal number, the point would go right there. This is 0.0. So you count back 3 from there. 1, 2, 3. And our comma goes right here. So our answer is 66,285. 94 times 67. When you start getting into multi-digit times multi-digit, it's even more important to make sure that you keep your place values in line. 7 times 4 is 28. The 8 goes in the ones place. The 2 goes in the tens place. 7 times 9 is 63. Plus 2 is 65. Now we're going to start multiplying our tens place. Because we are multiplying from our tens place, we're going to go ahead and put a 0 here as a placeholder to make sure we don't accidentally put a number in the ones place, because we're not going to have any ones because we're starting with 10. 6 tens times 4 is going to be 24 tens. We put our 4 here, and luckily we can just keep this 2 right there. 6 times 9 is 54, plus 2 is 56. Now we add them together. So our sum, our sum here and our product of the bigger problem is 6,298. Now, if you are out of practice with these multiplication facts, the basics, and even the addition and subtraction facts, IXL has great practice for all of those. 827 times 61. 1 times 7, well, 1 times 827 is 827. Now we're moving to our tens place, so we're going to block out that 1 because we don't have any ones. 6 times 3 is 40. That's not a 3. 6 times 7 is 42. So we put our 2 here. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 4 equals 16. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 1. Okay, we'll add these together. 8 times 6 is 14. Again, we're going to count back 3 from where our decimal point would be. 1, 2, 3. So our comma goes there, and our answer is 50,447. 625 times 29. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 4 is 22. 9 times 6 is 54, plus 2 is 56. Now, I like to cross these out so I don't get confused. Now we're starting at the tens place. So 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 6 is 12. Adding them. So our product is 18,125. And our last one on the multiplication, 944 times 38. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 3 is 35. 9 times 8 is 72, plus 3 is 75. Putting our 0 in the ones place. Start multiplying our tens. 3 tens times 4 is going to give us 12 tens. Oops, I forgot to mark these out. 12 tens. 3 times 4, again, 12 plus 1 is 13. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 1 is 28. So as I was doing this, I was thinking probably when you had mistakes, your biggest mistakes were getting confused with your regrouping, or regrouping when you didn't have to, or something like that. So I want you to stop and think, look at them if you have any mistakes in those 6, and if so, what did you do? Did you add wrong? Did you regroup wrong? Did you put them in the wrong column? Multiply wrong? Any of those things can cause bigger problems down the road, and that's why it's so important that we pay attention to our place value. We pay attention, we know our multiplication facts, and we know our addition facts, and we pay attention to every single step. Okay. Now, moving on to the division. Remember, we're going to rewrite the problem where it sort of looks backwards, because the divisor goes first when you write it this way and goes second when you write it this way. And then you just look at this 21, and you know 3 goes into 21 7 times. And remember our divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, and then repeat. So we just divided our 3 into 21 7 times. Now 7 times 3 is 21. Subtract, leave 0. We bring down our 6. 3, now we repeat. 3 goes into 6 2 times. Now remember, your place value is important. You don't want the 7 to be over the 2 here. You want it to be over the 1, because it's going into the whole number of 21. It's not going into 2. It's going into 21. So your 7 should be lined up over the tens place, and your 2 should be lined up over the ones place. So 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract again, 0. We have nothing to bring down. So 216 divided by 3 equals 72. There's no remainder. Okay. Oh, I can do this one in my head, but I won't. It helps when you know how to divide, what do they call, we call it decompose the numbers. Okay. So 8 goes into 43. It goes into 43 5 times. Not 8 doesn't go into 4 5 times, so we don't put it right over the 4. 8 goes into 43 5 times, so we put it over the 3. We multiply. The 5 times 8 is 40. Subtract 3, bring down 2, so now we have 32. 8 goes into 32 4 times. Multiply 4 times 8 is 32. Subtract 0, nothing to bring down, so our answer is 54. $5,520 divided by 6. Let's look at this 55. 6 goes into 55 9 times. The 9 needs to be in the hundreds place, not in the thousands place. 9 times 6 is 54. Subtract. We have 1. We bring down the 2. That gives us 12. 6 goes into 12 2 times. 2 times 6 equals 12. Subtract 0. Bring down the 0. 6 goes into 0 0 times. So 920 is our answer. Even this one, you guys should be able to look at and figure it out. 7 goes into 28 4 times. Getting crossways. Anyway, so it is 404. Now, 5 does go into 5. 5 goes into 5 one time. So I'm putting that above the thousands place because that's what I'm dividing into, this 5,000. So 1 times 5 equals 5. 5 goes into 3, 0 times. 0 times 5 is 0. 3, bring down the 9. 5 goes into 39 7 times. 7 times 5 is 35. 4, bring down the 8. 5 goes into 45 9 times. So the answer I got here is 1,079, remainder 3. And the last one, again, 7 goes into 7 one time, so we're going to go above the thousands place because that's the place we're going into right there. 1 times 7 is 7. Bring down your 4. 7 goes into 4 0 times. 0 times 7 equals 0. Subtract, you've got 4. Bring down your 3. 7 goes into 43 6 times. 6 times 7 equals 42. Bring down your 6. 7 goes into 16 2 times. So our answer is 1,062, remainder 2. Okay. I could do those relatively quickly because I know my multiplication and division facts backwards and forwards, and I am sure that anyone else